Hello everybody, here we are going to analyze and look a little bit closer on Edgar Allan Poe and the Telltale Heart. Edgar Allan Poe was born on January 19, 1809 and he died on October 7, 1849. And in his stormy 40 years, Poe he lived in all the important literary centers of the northeastern United States. He was a magazine editor, a poet, a short story writer, a critic, and a lecturer. Edgar Allan Poe he introduced the British horror story, or the Gothic genre, to American literature, but also the detective story, science fiction, and literary criticism. And Poe was one of America's first popular literary critics. And even if Poe long had a reputation in Europe as one of America's most original writers, it was only in the later half of the 20th century that Poe was viewed as an important contributor to the American Renaissance. Now, Poe also introduced a new form of short fiction, the detective story, mainly featuring the Parisian crime solver C. Auguste Dupin. And the detective story follows naturally from Poe's interest in puzzles, word games, and secret codes. And Poe loved to present and decode these detective stories in the pages of the Southern Literary Messenger, where he was the editor between 1834 and 64. Poe brought the Gothic to America, and American Gothic literature shows a culture tormented by poverty and slavery through characters with various forms of insanity and melancholy. Poe, who was America's foremost Southern writer before William Faulkner, created a Gothic philosophy from his own experiences in Virginia and other slaveholding territories. The Telltale Heart, written in 1843, is one of Poe's shortest stories. It is a study of paranoia and mental failure. Poe strips the story of details as a way to increase the murderous obsession with the old man's eye, the heartbeat, and his own reactions. Poe's style and language contribute to the narrative content, and this association of form and content truly exemplifies paranoia. And even Poe himself, like the beating heart, is a part of the plot to catch the narrator in his evil game. As a study in paranoia, this story illustrates the psychological contradictions that contribute to a murderer's profile. Now, the narrator says in the story that he loved the old man, but that he had the eye of a vulture. And that leads us to another contradiction, that we sometimes hurt the one we love. Now, what is interesting is that Poe examines this paradox half a century before Sigmund Freud made it a leading concept in his theories of the mind. Now, Poe's style and concerns never found their best expressions in longer forms, but his short stories are considered masterpieces worldwide. And here you have them all: Mary Shelley, Bram Stoker, and Edgar Allan Poe. And that finishes the 3 videos. Hope you liked it, and see you next week. Bye!